Trying to kind of dance around the attrition, but trying is the operative word here. I want to catch these guys somewhat unawares, so 3rd of April you move into Baden. Baden is mostly woods, that's only a 1, maybe a 2 for the river crossing penalty. Dealing with a typical French general, but we should swamp you with our numbers. And our superior luck. Oh, nice time for Lucky Castile to join in the fray. We shouldn't even need our backup. Not happy with myself being on the front line. Jeez, 6,000 men died. But that's a stack wipe. You're welcome, Austria. Don't attach to me. In fact, these guys go home for a bit of a rest. And you folks start seeing to France's every needs. Right, if we wipe that one, it should be game over for France. Okay, France is on the offensive here, but why? Yeah, don't come for me, mate. Oh. Jeez. All this silly little dancing. Make lucky nations work for you. Although that doesn't seem like a typical Austrian general. Still, Austria is sponging up the losses while France takes the -2 for terrain and river crossing. Jake, will you form Italy? Absolutely not. It would turn me into a kingdom. I have no interest in that. And going back to a merchant republic will require me to have 10 or fewer provinces and a bunch of other horrible hoops to jump through. Okay, feeling aggressive here. Let's destroy France. And then run into one of his mega stacks with God General. Be gone. Right, surely France can get taken down by the rest of them. Me, I'm just gonna go home for a nice cup of tea. No way they're going to give me Provence for that war score. I could continue looting them, but I'm not interested in that kind of micromanagement right now. Just watch all my enemies beat the tar out of each other. Right, your next election's at 1513, but you could die before then because you're quite old. But I'll be waiting for you. Jake, I think you made an error in your title. Nah. This is how economies work. So I really want Andalusia. You wouldn't even understand how much I want Andalusia. Cotton is certainly good. Blurple, unable to take out their own Sunni zealots. 6-3 lost to a 4-2. But you have no leader! Get yourself something to eat. Alright, with that, France should get mobbed now. there's nothing I can really ask for them in this war. I just need to get ready for my opportunity to defeat Venice, which is right now. That's nice. Poland won't join in because they're fighting in another war and they're exhausted and they're in debt. Austria won't join in because we're in a war together and they're heavily in debt. Could I fight Venice on my own? Undoubtedly. They call in the Knights, who I want to annex. Ferrara, Siena and Tuscany. Are they allies or are they coalition members? They're real allies. Algiers is a slight concern. I'd want to have troops down to deal with them, and I do want to take that province from them off of Portugal. Tangiers is way too expensive. They'll never be able to cede it on their own. But Algiers, on the other hand, is... I don't know. How broken are they? The good money's on them versus Morocco. But if I wrapped up everything here, carpeted the coalition, except for Venice... No, Venice could get access. Oh, but hold on, Venice is dying to noble rebs. Yeah, if I carpet the coalition, I can ship back whatever's spare, take them over to Morocco, finish off Algiers. And that's what I'll do. Can't you just support Blurple rebels? I want to see him stand for on his own 2 feet. I really hate Blurple, but just because I hate him doesn't mean I have to kick him every time he's down. I'll make a man out of you. And all that jazz. I'm really not interested in Istra. There's nothing great about it. I wonder if that Polish alliance is not worth it anymore. It is a bit of safety and security. I mean, what if Austria suddenly turn on me? Was that Hejaz I just saw sieging Tangiers? Yeah, we can get our mission on Tangiers now then. However, I would need to be the one that takes it, not Morocco. I'm confident Morocco will have too much trouble with I'll trust Morocco not to occupy it. Although it's their only core, they'll probably make a beeline for it. Well, what can you do? Well, what you can do is get back our genius explorer, Giovanni. Yeah, I've done a good job. I'll get another explorer when the time calls for it. No. No, I can't afford to think like that. I need Rio Grande. Onwards. Do you plan to take Venice itself? It's part of the plan. Hopefully they'll allow me to take Venice's capital and land off of Algiers in this coalition war. Troops are getting a bit bashed about down here. And never did spare any cogs, did I? I want one of my troops over there to encourage native assimilation. Other than that, let's boogie. 50% aggressive expansion for Venezia. How can you argue with that? %, aggressive expansion for all of it, but Venezia becomes the war goal. Works for me. Worst case scenario, Algiers becomes war leader, calls in the Ottomans. take the crossing penalty on the chin for Venetia and just wipe out all these troops first and foremost. It's got nowhere to run. Nice bit of war score to start the whole party off with. Keep you under siege. Might as well besiege the land that I really want to begin with. Baba Mac, welcome. Ucha. Wasn't that their noble rebels? No, there's their noble rebels. Let us do glorious battle, Venice. Whilst I get my arse sieged out back in Italy. Even more inflation. Yeah, let's try and keep it below 5 then. I seem to be making a bit too much from gold. So many angry Italians. Listen, Italian unification is the future. Once we're unified, we will never lose a war. We will never embarrass other European countries. Mark my words. I could siege that down, but I'm not going to be too... Well, okay. I'll prevent them from raising those legions. And then we'll go and wipe up Italy proper. I'm sure those noble rebs will move over. Take care of them for me. If they don't, well, no great loss. More ivory, more dip rep. And more of France falling to be... In fact, I've got some personal war score that's pretty... No, I don't. I'm talking rubbish. Looking at that, though, Austria doesn't have any personal war score against them. Personal claims. Castile only has that province. Although there's a good chance that, since you're so friendly, you'll give that province to Castile before you would give Provence to me. Come on, Provence is so good. Really secure my grip on Genoa. Be a pal. Pope, what are you doing in all this, other than getting sieged out? Not too keen on engaging the Swiss in their own mountains. But they are kind of piling up here. Well, start from the bottom, work our way up. This is a little painful. Painfully embarrassing. It's all because you joined in, Blurple. I blame you for all the ills of the world. Blurple is blacklisted. I don't want to see it. You can see it when you type it yourself, though. Twitch is a little twitchy like that. Okay, what's going on down here? Sure enough, you went straight for that. Terrible. Okay, Pope, you're really going for it. I won't be the one to stop you. I think it's because you're at Tech 11. finish off the Swiss. Right, war goal get. Curiously, if I took the war goal, I could probably still take other land, surely. A 1, a 2, a 3. All I'm interested in here is stopping the Swiss from bringing more men to the fight, whilst myself and Battle Pope will engage with the southern Italians. Not worrying one bit about France. Still, I do want to regain my men here. Oh, damn, forgot about you. Goodbye, Giovanni. You died the way you lived, doing my bidding. Loyalty's still mostly for me, which is great. Let's try and make this a quick one, guys. Don't want reinforcements. Don't want them at all. Right, unless I get a fantastic. Oh no, papal backup in the bag. Okay. Didn't see that one coming. Now, let's try and knock down a few of these guys. And get Ferrara and Mantua out of this quite swiftly. Now in 1.8 I don't think this will be possible because you can send out little troops to take care of sieging stacks if the siege stack is tiny and your garrison is large enough. Not really interested in any of this land, so let's get a couple down there. A couple along here. The Pope can finish you off whilst I keep these sieges down. Finish off you. Occupy Siena, or keep it busy. And then we can sail down, take care of Algiers. Easy peasy. Don't you want to annex the Swiss? It would free up your rival slot. My hope is that the Swiss just get so weak they don't qualify as a rival. That doesn't seem to be working so well. There we go. One man, one cannon. The cannon does full damage on the front row, but it's on the flank so it doesn't take damage. Scrunch up, lads. We've already drank away most of our manpower here. We still need another 5,000 to get it back. Well, if ever there was a good case for building a bunch of armories. It is frustrating that that went to you, and I want my 100% mercantilism. Oh, ooh. What a terrible move on my part. Jake, should you take care of Venice's nobles to make sure they keep the permanent CB? Nah, after this, Venice is finished. Well, I do kind of want Friuli, but Venezia is more important. Kind of want Tangiers, but maybe I should forget about it for now and get it in another war. Because I really want to take it for myself. I can just take the war goal for now. Yeah, no need to push this one. I'll just take that. Yeah. Get that core going. Get everyone I can onto that province. Including you folks. Next time I will think ahead and get troops stationed over there. And since I'm not going to complete that mission, I will just cancel it. In a year I'll get a new one. No, I don't want to annex Morocco until they've converted this land to Catholicism. And they will eventually do that since, well, that's a half-decent ruler. And he takes religious ideas. Livonia is bankrupt, Venice left the military coalition. Ah, Alentejo went to Castile. Ah, but that's just Castile piecing out. Austria still has to do what they want. Oh, and that will put tension between Castile, Portugal and France. It's going to be a hotbed of activity down in Iberia, and I should be the one taking advantage. Allied with Austria, Portugal and Naples. If I declared war before this French war was over, I don't think I have the resources to crush Castile quite as decisively as I want to. White peace one of the coalition allies so you can wage war faster against Algiers and company. A bit late for that. It's alright. Algiers have other sources I can take on here. It'll be time for an Ottoman war before too long. 1518. Well, that's good. That gives me 4 years to regain my manpower. Yeah, regain that manpower. If we gain 300 a month. Yeah, looks like I should be relying on mercenaries and Austria for the next war. Now, if I holy ward you Poland, other than the destabilization and that, you're still in debt. So I'd need to throw you a couple hundred buckets. Austria, you're probably heavily in debt. Yeah, massively. Alright, now I wanted my military genius here, rather than whoever I just had. Get an embargo against you to help out with our power projection. Trier, white peace is France, okay. Come on, we got enough war score to give me Provence. You know you want to do that for me, Austria. We are best buddies after all. Damn, I want Provence. Jeez, they hardly have any troops left. Jake, is there any point in joining coalitions as a human player? Yeah, the coalition Casus Belli is great. Just great. Unfortunately, you're unlikely to find any large-scale AI coalitions. I can't believe you let that fall. You're a disgrace. And you're not converting. No, he took something for himself, and he returned the core to Castile. Ah. You took a province for yourself that you didn't even have a claim on. How long's that truce I've got with you then, France? Hoocha, 14 years. It's not a truce I have with Scotland, though. Scotland have plenty of power in the North Sea. I could fabricate a trade war against them if I really wanted to. But that would really only be if I wanted to fight France almost straight away. And doing that, I'd be on my own. No, I need to turn my attention towards Austria. Ottomans and Austria, I suppose. Poland will pay off their debt if they can fight a war half decently for once. I'm surprised Congo have not converted yet. Maybe they decided not to. Nothing wrong with that colonial CB though. Maybe I should take them on now. It's not like I'm sitting on overextension and my admin points aren't doing anything for me. Congo's a bit pricey. 210. Just think of that centre of trade. Think of those slaves. Think of that war I need to fight with the Ottomans as well. How many are we talking about? 4,000 men? I could breathe on them and they'd die. So we'll, as per usual, spend money to win this war. Six of our finest men. That might not be enough to take care of revolts, though. Do I want to spend 140 on harsh treatment? I don't think I do. And Congo, when it revolts, oh, it revolts. Still, I want to keep my men ready to fight the Ottoman again. Slaves are merely potential gold. Yeah, I like that one. Alright, no harm and no fuss with Venezia. I don't want to add it to the HRE though. Don't want to make the HRE even stronger. In fact, I need to break it up a bit so we keep 25 princes. Missions. Abruzzi, Canada. Still do want Abruzzi, no doubt about that, but again, heavy hitting alliances. 4 lazy diplomats you got there, Jake. Okay. Well, let's make sure Morocco loves us. Blurple already loves us. Austria is fine. Poland could do with a bit more. Anyone I could excommunicate? Any cardinals going spare? Just Poland's. Poland would hate me for excommunicating them. It's a -50. But it is a free cardinal. Okay, well, how about thinking about Aragon's cardinal? No ruler. Ah, but they will shortly. And they have a negative relations with the Pope. So when you come to age, I'll excommunicate Aragon. I kind of want some of your provinces. These are in my culture group after all. I could forge a claim on Palmero. Ah, but I would need a border with you in order to get that. Could just forge a claim anyway. Go for it. You're allied with England, Portugal, and Naples. England, Portugal, Naples. Well, I'll excommunicate you anyway, and whilst waiting for that, I'll get my claim. Nobody's really going to care about it. And whilst all that's going on, we can crush the Congo. Why doesn't Jake ever fabricate claims to the minus coring? Where would I fabricate claims? I already fabricated a claim on Venetia. What more do you want, man? Right. There's no reason I should lose this. What a joke. Let's get some real troops down there as well. I don't think we need all those guys standing around in Venetia. Oh, I want that Inquisitor though. My lack of conversions has been getting me down for a while, but now I can finally do Kaffa. Let's hope they don't revolt against me. It's a good chance of it. For 50 months, that's more than likely than not to revolt. Okay, so maybe I should throw a small stack on there. Gee, I'm in two minds about that now. Could get the Advancement of Religion Act to make my my one missionary work a bit better, but that would be +1 revolt risk globally, which would probably hurt me in the long term. Admin Tech 10. I can do that shortly. Paradox. Starting the reformed movement. Isn't Canada colonial enthusiasm? Yeah, it would be. It would be. Oh, Castile's getting those places that I want. Well, once these 3 provinces are done, I will take these 3. Congo down. All too easy. And let's hope 13,000 troops are enough to quell the Congolese. Because they're going to be there for the long haul. Not cannons. 1, 2, 3, 4. and 9. On that boat, and down you go. Yeah, essentially most of you are useless. Just costing me money. Oh, should have thought that one through. Fort level 2. I would have thought if they'd had a fort level 2 it would have been on their capital. But that's okay. I got troops going down to take care of that little hiccup of mine. Colonize Bourbon, conquer Abruzzi. I don't think it's worth the year of sending my colonist over there just for the wee bonus. At least not yet. Once St. Lucia is done, I can take care of these ones. And I'll set up all 3 of those colonies. I'll detach 2 transports. Let's see. 3,000 men will be enough to take care of that. In fact, I'm just going to slaughter those and keep the other 2 here and here. No, that's too cruel. That's way too cruel. We'll pick up an extra longbowman there. And my lack of transports is starting to hurt, so let's invest in a few more. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Bang. We're a bit behind the times with military technology, but with a fully fleshed out idea group, that's 14% discount from now on. And plus we're Western. No need to worry. Jake, you're not cruel enough to the natives. Hey, as long as they're willing to buy and sell, they are a full-fledged member of my country. Right, yeah, let's colonize Bourbon then. Get that bonus up and running. One train of thought would be to keep Bourbon, but no, I'm more interested in getting these 3 before the other colonial powers set their eyes on them. I just want 3 that are put together nicely with high base tax. I'm certainly not interested in having you as a protectorate. I tell you what. 1, 2, 3 of you head over there to pick 1 individual up. The other 10 return back home. Everybody wins. Gee, I've got a lot in Venice. I should be collecting there with one of my individuals. Especially since it still makes good money. There's something I'm wanting to show off here. How shall I do it? I'm going to make you transfer trade power instead of collecting. I'm going to make you transfer it in the wrong direction as well. Now that's going to reduce my amount of assumed money I make per year and make this event cheaper. Only save me 6 ducats. But later on you may well see that becoming a bigger thing. Also, I really don't want you converting that land. Why are you having such trouble dispatching some simple little zealots? Everything's so peaceful, except for the horrible murdering of the Congolese. Free to take because it's that beautiful Casus Belli. I was unable to forge a claim on Congo because it was their capital, so that's the full shabam to core that. We'll core you. We'll add you both to the whatever I'm trying to say, and you're the cheapest, so we'll smack down harsh treatment on you. And we don't need no mercenary scum right now. Yeah, I'm going to have to isolate Constantinople. But we shall get to that. Jeez, Byzantium, you're so rubbish at everything you do. I wonder if they're trying to convert Epirus. But because they're rubbish, they keep losing it like that. Also, didn't I say I'd excommunicate you? Yeah. Probably not easy to excommunicate Mainz. Don't know how they managed to get 2 cardinals. Yeah, positive relations with the Holy Father. At 45 a year, you're going to be 65 with colonial enthusiasm. It's only going to take about 3 years to finish you off, that's no problem. You're going to be much faster because you actually have an individual. And once you finish up there, we'll get some colonies going here. I might be running quite a lot at the same time for a wee while, but that's okay, it only costs money. Easy peasy. Are you going to take Lisboa as your target anytime soon? Not anytime soon, but I do want to control all of this Sevilla trade node. Certainly making waves through Algiers with that. With that in mind, is it worth not having you there? That way all the trade gets funneled up and up. Perhaps not. Because when it gets to the Ivory Coast, I'm not the host with the most. Even here, Hussa's kind of digging into my my power. Perhaps it is better to collect from here. And that way I take half of it, which includes your local. Or I can take all of that. I think I was better off here. Want to make sure I keep those trading in bonuses. The point of taking Sevilla trade node by controlling Lisboa, Altejo, even more shekels. You're right, the shekels are good. But I want to collect here as well because there's so much. So which am I? Right, you're pretty much useless. Get back here. need you to collect from trade. Now that's going to ham into my power. Also Bourbon. It's nice, but I'm not very interested in you right now. You'll be finished up soon enough. Let's take Guantanamo. Nice, peaceful trade game. And the good part of this whole trading thing is I don't have to get frustrated by people slipping through the colonization. Usually when I want to colonize, I want it all. I want the full American buffet of colonies, but it's very difficult, especially as a minor power, to lock out pretty much everyone else from colonizing. So this way, at least I know what I want in advance. As long as none of these are important centres of trade, which I think is going to work against me in the long run here, but it's okay. I just need to plop them down now. I'll deal with really sucking out all the American trade later on. Oh yeah, we're abandoning you, Bourbon. You are no longer necessary. You'll be done in a couple of years. You'll be done in even less than that. It seems Jake hates trade ships. I do kind of hate trade ships. But I suppose you gotta spend money to make money and all that jazz. Level 9 gets me Carvels. Alright, when I tech up next, I'll get my bloomin' Carvels. Too many dip reps. But I like having all my vassals right now. I'll just have to stomach the cost for a while. You're so rubbish, Byzantium. You're so rubbish at everything. I have to spoon feed you all your land back as well. Cyprus maintained their No. No, they most certainly did not. Did you just say it's difficult to lock out colonizers as a minor power, Jake? I suspect the Navari's veterans of Bicep would disagree with you. Ah, gotta love that bit of self-referential humour. Okay, Venice, we need you to not rise up whilst we're out of town. Also, could do with more training fields. Jeez, that's expensive. My shackles! Oh, I'm not doing that province because it's an unaccepted culture. Man, I'm going to need that money for my colonies. Well, I want manpower as well, and I need to drive the boot into... wasn't I saving that money for paying out my my friend's debt? Well, I'm not paying off Austria's debt, they can do that himself. As for you, what's your excuse? The debt isn't enough for you to not want to stomp the Ottomans, and I don't think I'll need Austria on my side this time. That said, with Poland on my side, you can just walk up through Crimea. That is an issue on its own. I've had Tommaso for a long time. I'm sure his end is nigh, but have one last bang taking out these Sicilian patriot scum. That's the spirit. I'm gonna wait for the tick of the month so I don't take naval attrition. There we go. Because it's less than a month for that journey, so why spend extra? So far so good down here. So far so good in Kaffa. Pretty revolting, but they're good champs. They're getting on with it. Jake, the chat is cut on the right. You've waited hours to tell me this. Oh, so it is. There we go. Fully professional. Oh, whilst I was looking away, I lose my shackles. That's unacceptable. Okay. Looking good. Ah, there's still 300 years to go to make the most hip-hop banging trade node you ever saw. Ibadi zealots. Who would you even be loyal to? Probably not Morocco. Oh, nice. Of all the provinces they would try to convert, it would be their gold. Shame I don't have any troops to help you out there. But I will try to keep my eyes on you. I'll keep my good eye on you. Conquer Abruzzi, you tempt me so. We cannot excommunicate rulers left and right. We must wait at least 1 year. Yeah, I really want you excommunicated again, France. Right, we can get Poland, but it wouldn't involve Austria unless I paid off some of their debt. You know, I think it's actually worth having Austria in, so I will save up a few more ducats, and I will pay Austria to join in this war. Because otherwise they're gung-ho for it. Crushing debt isn't hurting them too badly. Which means I should get my galleys in place. I don't have as many galleys as I had before, but surely the Ottomans can't summon such a fleet. My advantage will be comparatively lower though, and I don't have that navy morale. Neither do they. So do I wait? How long would I have to wait for that? February next year? Nah, there's no time. There's just no time. We'll get ourselves a handy dandy explorer on the case with all the fire in the world. And yeah, we're going to pay off your debts. Oh, that wasn't enough. Wow, okay. Don't know what to tell you. Alright, and this is why I station troops in my provinces. Guantanamo doesn't even have that many natives. It only has 1,000, but I gain 100 population. Bang. And considering I don't have a colonist there, that's a pretty big deal. Alright, I need you to pay off one, probably two more of your debts, actually. Oh, you're working on it. Come on, Austria, you can do it. Pay off those... Yep, there we go. Holy war on the Otto scum. But where are their ships? They're just kind of floating about here. Let's take care of that. No harm, no fuss. But here's a question. If I don't involve Poland, they wouldn't get access through here, so we'd be able to just mince them here. Poland or no Poland? That is the question. I think I will involve Poland, because otherwise they're just going to gang up on my provinces over here. And bear in mind I need that that to succeed. I'm sure someone in chat was yelling at me to assign the explorer. That's a mistake I very frequently make. I hire the explorer, but I don't actually put him in charge of the ships. Jake, are you using any mods? I use the better user interface mod. It allows you to have longer screens like this, and the text is bigger, brighter, and easier to read when you have pathetic eyesight like myself. Alright, let us show our superiority. Hold on, hold the fort. I still want Tangiers. Let's just hope Austria and Poland don't get involved in other wars whilst this is going on. I love Genoa's trade missions too. Right, the Ottomans were trying to forge a claim on Ragusa. This will not stand. Good, they're still likely to join in. I need to get my troops over in Malaya quite quickly. Come on guys, ain't no time for this. I need to be the first one in Tangiers. Which means I'll probably need that general with my 3 maneuver. I will keep you there. No problems. The Algerian trade fleet is there, but my fleet will go home. I've got the Ottomans kept in check here. We took our mission. We gotta get the trade trouble in Tangiers, so let's do this thing. We have much more morale than them, even though they're fully paying their troops. Why is that? Because of our national idea. Superior power projection, superior naval tradition, superior prestige. Just altogether superior. One day passes and we can march on Tangiers, and we should get there before our friend. Yeah, we're engaging with them as well. That's happening. There we go. I don't even have to occupy lands here. Their fleet is scuttled. Get rid of the damaged ones, send them there, and enjoy victory. And crusade. Let's get our manpower back up and running. Does it give a tax bonus again? Yeah. Back in EU3 you used to just stay at constant crusades and have war taxes going permanently. War taxes and crusades just to build up loads of money. It was a bit cheap. In fact, it was incredibly cheap. That's just what we did. Oh, that was our rock and roll lifestyle. There's some exploring to be done. Off you go. I want to try and isolate Constantinople here. I'll get Algiers separately from Algiers, and I will sell it to Morocco, just to get the mission done, because 10% mercantilism is a global 20% local trade power increase. I know global local sounds a bit odd, but every single province you have gets a 20% bonus from 10% mercantilism. Which means they get a 200% bonus from full mercantilism. Good going. The Ottomans decided to siege out their own land. This is just coming together. Aristocrats still firmly in power. Kaffa converted. I'm going to do Ndongo and Congo once they pop. Alright, as I was going, but... Wow, this is just coming together. Would you forgive me if I excommunicated you just to take your cardinal? Right, embrace the Counter-Reformation. 5% cost of everything, but more missionaries. And our missionary strength only works against heretics. Well, I can take that later on, there's no need to take it now. Who's more likely to revolt out of the two of you? Of course, you've got the harsh treatment going. Well, I will believe in that missionary. Just as he believes in me. This is nice. I've never played a game before where I paid my allies the guts of 1,500 ducats to fight my wars for me. But it feels good. Truly we are the shekel master. Oh, I could excommunicate Venice again. And I will, because I do want Friuli. I also want my better cogs. And I'm going to want that soon as well. Get our neighbourhood bonus if... we'll get our ahead of time bonus if we take it. So we'll do just that. 110. We get a next idea. Hold on, I wrote down on a piece of paper what I should get. Exploration and defensive, and then... You sure that's a good idea? Well, you're the boss. Let's take economic. I read somewhere online that somebody was singing the praises of economic, really helping them out in a big way. So let's give it a go. Well, I'm all about trying new things in this run. As suicidal as they might seem. Now, Ronaldo, isn't he a footy player? I'm not all up to speed with that. Use your instant transmission, get yourself over here, because I want to know about Rio Grande, and I don't want to forget about you this time, so... Did I say forget? No, I never forgot about anyone and had them die. I'm also feeling the pain here of lack of troop, so... We need to add some more men over here in order to put the pain into Algiers. Somebody says economics EU. Someone says I've never taken economic ideas. And Machete says economics is blurple amazing. Alright, Rio de Janeiro is good, but perhaps not good enough. Good, Blurple got one of their cores back. Raska and my name, but around here I'm only interested... Actually, that's not true. I'm actually interested in having the whole... I want the Mediterranean. Let's not... Let's not say things that aren't true. I want it all. We'll pick up everyone, we'll make a good fight down here. Because at the moment things aren't looking so hot. There we go, Rio de la Plata. That's what I want. I'll get it eventually. And it just happens to be at the tip of my trade range, and it's temperate. Not trade range, colonial range. Keep that exploration going, Ronaldo. Ethor Baggins asks where I'm from. I'm from Scotland. I live in Edinburgh. discovered the Street Fighter Blanca. Okay. Tolerance of heretics does sound pretty good, and I'm pretty much relying on events to keep my stability up. But am I really going to have that much heresy? We'll think about it later. Missionary strength. Tolerance of heretics. You know, all that help in the world's not going to get me converting Provence. Well, you know what? It might, if I get the Counter-Reformation with it as well. Counter-Reformation does fade away. Let's get that missionary strength. Right, I do want thalassocracy, but I'm going to need all that. It's only a good thing, though. It used to have a slight bad effect to it, as I recall. You know, I just need a theologian for that. I think I'm going to take it. I'll be back in just a minute. Okay, every so often real life catches up with you and says, what are you doing? Turns out I had obligations at this time and I'm going to see to them. But I will be back in about 30 minutes. So, see you then. Just going to leave everything open, but I will take the stream offline. I'll be back in 30 minutes. Don't you worry.